Who is Ludwig? What is Ludwig? How is Ludwig? Today I'm going to talk about how this one person spent 31 days to be exact, online to make a killing that has never been seen before on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or any platform. I've actually known of Ludwig for a pretty long time, and before he was a Twitch streamer, he actually was an esports commentator, event organizer, professional player kind of, for the popular esports known as Smash. A few weeks ago, Ludwig finished a 31-day subathon where he streamed every possible thing, including sleeping, eating, and the reason why it's called subathon is because he made a rule where every new subscriber on Twitch, he would add 10 seconds. I'm not telling you if you're here to make money or you're here to blow up online, I'm not telling you to start streaming every second of your life, because even Ludwig said that he would never do this again. And at first, it was just trying to see how far he could go, but what ended up happening was that it started blowing up. It started getting more and more steam until eventually he actually had to cap it out at a 1-month subathon. Let's jump into it and break down exactly how much bank he made from streaming nonstop for 31 days. 31 days equals to 744 hours. So when I calculate the hourly rate later, I will be using that specific number to calculate it. The first stream of revenue that he generated from this live stream was subscriber revenue. He was able in this month to generate 283,000 subscribers. On Twitch, subscribers are very different from YouTube. YouTube, you just click the button, it's free to subscribe. You don't have to pay anything and you're gonna get free content. For Twitch, if you want to subscribe, you actually have to pay a certain amount. There's 3 tiers, $5, $10, and $25 respectively. And if you're looking at me and saying, okay, this sounds really like YouTube memberships, that's because it is, because YouTube realized how much bank Twitch was making from this business model, and they copied it right over, essentially. So how are we going to calculate this? Well, I divided the total average by 6 because 5, 10, and 25. Last time I might have overestimated for Naira, so we're going to be looking at an average subscriber value of $6.66. I'm picking this one because I'm assuming most people subscribe to tier 1, which is $5, but some would subscribe for the T3, and that's why we're looking at 6.6 as the estimation. And once we do the calculation, the first number that we have is we're looking at $1.88 million in USD for subscriber revenue. The second revenue stream that you get when you stream on Twitch is ad revenue. And this is pretty similar to YouTube, where you would, when you watch a streamer, just like when you watch a video, an ad would play before, after, or during. And the streamer actually has the option to choose when ads play too, since they're live pretty much when you stream. Now for this one here, I looked at the average revenue per subscribers, and the value that we have is for every 100 subscribers, streamers usually make 200 to 250. I took the average of 225 and I times that by 2,830. And the number we're looking at is $636,000 when it comes to ad revenue. The last one that we have is donations. Now on Twitch, it is called bits, but people donate streamers to kind of be part of the club, to support their streamer for what they're doing, and also to get exclusive perks, be part of games, and so forth. This number by far is the hardest number to approximate, and I'm not going to be watching 744 hours of content just to see how many donations that he got. But we do have a number when it comes to the charity donation that he made, which was $365,000. And he said that he was going to be donating half of his total donations. So we can also approximate that for the amount of donations that he got on the Twitch platform, we are looking at around $730,000. Those are the 3 main revenue streams. I haven't talked about any of the third-party ones like sponsorships and so forth, but we're looking at the first number being 1.8 million, second one being 600,000, and the third one being 700,000. So I think it's time for us to add these numbers up. Let's take a look here. All right, so the total amount I'm probably gonna have somewhere up here is $3.2 million of revenue that he generated in the 31-day subathon. And if we calculate that number down to a rate that we can see here, the first one is every day that he streamed, he was able to make 100K every day on average. And if we divide that by the hourly rate, we are looking at every hour, he made $4,000 USD on Twitch. 3.2 million in 31 days. Just another example of how business works online, especially if you're a content creator genius like Ludwig. Now, I want to talk more about some of the results here, other than the main number, because I know most of you are probably gone now because you were mainly looking for that $1 million amount. But I also want to talk about some other parts here. And of course, what video wouldn't be my video if I didn't teach and talk about some key takeaways. After the results here, he did mention that he donated over $300,000 to charity. And we have just seen some crazy awesome viewership that has grown a lot when it comes to his Twitch. For his channel, we have seen a double in terms of channel views. He went from 32 million to 72 million in channel views. His followers, which is kind of like subscribers on YouTube, went from 139 to 639K followers. And if we look at kind of the graphs here right now, we pretty much see that there's just the sheer growth where for the longest time when he was streaming, he was getting good viewership each month, but then it just skyrockets when he did the subathon. And for followers, we kind of see the same thing too, where it's 139 to 639, as I mentioned there. Yeah. When Ludwig did this, it had nothing to do with money. And that's almost always the case when it comes to people on this platform who are succeeding. It's something that I try to learn from, and it's something that I always tell people who are asking about starting on YouTube. When people ask me, oh, like, how do you make money on this platform? Or how do I blow up on this platform? The first thing I always ask them is, what is something that you like to do? What is something that you really enjoy showing and sharing with the world? Because being genuine is probably the biggest takeaway for this, for a lot of other case studies that I go through when I'm talking about YouTube. The other aspect is more of like from a business perspective, where the ideas tend to be really big as well. This was a very innovative idea by far that he did. He was able to turn an experiment, turn a game, and really have a win-win situation. Oftentimes when channels blow up, it's always win-win because they are able to do what they love for a living. He's able to do what he genuinely loves to do and make a killing off of it as well, and pretty much change his entire life from doing this stream.
Today's kind of a special day.
Recently, he also surprised his friend with a brand new car that his friend really liked, which is really awesome as well. The fact that he was doing this because he wanted to, because it was something that he genuinely loved to do, that is invaluable in a sense, because he's able to do what he loves for a living. It's about finding your element, doing what you love to do, and eventually pathways are going to start opening up for you. The last thing that is worth mentioning is just the community that he was able to build from doing this crazy marathon, this subathon. It's hard to build a community, to find people who would support you and want to watch you for what you do. And by him doing this experiment, by him putting himself out there and exposing himself, sharing everything that he possibly did, that helps a lot in terms of building an audience. even if he didn't make any money from this and those subscribers weren't paying subscribers, it would still be worth it because he essentially has 300,000 new people who are actively engaged. Like, even channels that have millions of subscribers don't have that number, don't have people that are actively engaged in that sense. That's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if there's any creators out there that you want me to break down as well. Of course, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.